Hello, everyone. This is Alicia from I Am More Than Enough, period. Today's special guest is Queen Oyemi.
Hello, hello, hello. Such an honor
Hey,
to be here.
Queen.
Peace. How you doing?
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I love it.
Okay, so you know what the topic is all about. It's
Yes.
removing people from our life.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
So I wanted to do this topic because it's the new year,
Yep.
and what we did last year, like taking BS, we're not taking it in 2025.
Ashe. Yep.
hmm So tell me, have you had to remove people from your life?
Yes. I have.
Mm,
I have
talk
had.
about it.
Whew. I mean, sometimes you just outgrow people. And then sometimes you really have to just let people go. We sometimes stay because of history. We sometimes stay because we feel obligated to, like they may be by themselves or we want to help them so bad, but they draining our cup. Um, and we we overgive, or sometimes it's just that time. It's like, I can't do this no more. You know,
Right.
and sometimes it's just it's necessary to grow, to change, because removing those people is gonna allow for the right people to come into your life.
That's
You
right.
know, yeah.
And that's the thing. It's, there's a season for everything.
Mm-hmm.
you know. So, for me, I had to remove friends, family, and not just saying I removed them and forgot about them. I removed them from my life because um, I needed to do it for my peace.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And when I removed them from my life, it wasn't about just removing them and I don't think about them. I still
Right.
love them,
Mm-hmm.
but I love them from a distance.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
I mean, and it's sometimes family is the hardest, and then sometimes it's people that we love too. It's
mhm,
like, I love you, but I love you enough to leave you. And I know
mhm.
I had a somebody tell me that in my life when I was young. They was like, I love you, but I love you enough to leave you. And that's some real. Can I cuss? Can I?
No.
Because my mouth is potty. I'm gonna work on it. But
Mhm.
I love you enough, but I love you enough to leave. You won't put it there, because it's
Right.
it's like enough is enough, and yeah, I might love you, but don't fool this love enough to think I'm gonna stay here and keep taking this I love you punches, or I love you kicks, or I love you degrading, or I love you being dishonest and not non-loyal, no loyalty,
Mhm.
so yeah, I mean, it comes in different forms, and
Right.
sometimes it's easy to cut family off, sometimes it's hard, depending on how deep the relationship or the bond is, or history,
hmm
but it's like my peace is everything.
Right. And that's me. When I see
Hmm.
that you're disturbing my peace and we
Hmm.
are not aligned,
Hmm.
then that's when I have to let you go.
Right.
Because, we're not getting any younger.
Hmm.
Like I said
I'm ageless.
before, like I said before, I have more years behind me than in front of me.
Mm. Girl.
So I'm going to make the best of it. I'm at peace in my life, and
Hmm.
I don't care who you are. I'm not letting anyone take my peace or disturb it.
Right. I say. I mean, and that's
hmm
facts. That's big facts for real. Big
And
facts.
that's not being, to tell you the truth, that's not being selfish. You have to set boundaries,
Yeah.
and that's part of self-love.
Hmm. It's Yana Van Zant said it so bad. She's like, it's not being selfish. It's being self-full. Because if I'm
Yes.
giving, then I ain't got nothing for me.
Right.
So I gotta be, if you want to call it selfish, that's fine, but it's self-full because I'm filling myself up first. And I'm
Yes.
seeing now because I'm full, my cup is full, my palate has been, I don't know, wet my palate now and I got it down. I can digest it and I can like, okay, all right, my cup is full. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now these people I was pouring into, I can't pour into you. You got everything you need from me. I release you, let you go. But she said it's
Hmm.
not being selfish, it's being self-full because I'm putting me
Right.
first by filling up me, making sure I'm full before I can
Hmm.
do anything else for anybody else. That's real self-love. Loving
Right.
yourself enough to say, I choose me first
Right.
and you come afterwards because I'm no good to you if I ain't good to myself.
That's right. I choose me all the time,
I'll
you
say,
know,
there you go.
because
Mhm.
there's people that are vampire energy.
Right.
They will suck you up,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and
Mm-hmm.
and you will be drained
Right.
while they are going on living their life and moving on.
Right. That's true.
So I will not. So tell me about what you do.
I'm a author and
Hmm.
copywriter. But I am you mean like as far as my profession?
Hmm.
So author, creator, you can pretty much categorize me as an author creator. But underneath that umbrella, there's plentiful stuff I'm in. I have, Oyemi collections. I have books. I have music. I'm a poet,
Mm.
I've done performances, I'm grateful to done performances across the US and grace different stages and whatnot, showing my artistry and who I am and just giving out my perspective and what I've gone through to help other people too. So yeah, books, decor, anything that's pretty much inspirational, you can find Oyemi in it. Oyemi is all about spreading positivity and inspiring other people to be themselves. Um,
Mm.
that's
And
just
that's
not
the
my
meaning
story.
of your name?
No, Oyemi is Yoruba and it means one who owns the kingship. So,
Mm.
it's kind of like when they said heavy to load, heavy to crown.
Hmm.
It's kind, you can say that, but I feel like if I'm saying I'm a king, a queen, if I'm the pharaoh, if I'm this, I'm the empress, I'm the goddess, I gotta walk it. And so Oyemi is a powerful name. It's oh yeah, yeah me, but I just kind of shorten it to Oyemi. But it's yeah,
Hmm.
one who owns the kingship, and that means I own this. So therefore, this is my overseer, and I want to make sure that how I walk is how people who are inspired by me will walk too. If I lead
Yes.
with love, then they watching me and they're like, "Dang, that's different. I can lead with love too." You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Or I'm the leader, so it's like every leader has a follower. I follow people too. You know what I'm saying? But in a good way. So I want to make sure if I'm leading in a positive way. I'm leading with light. I'm not gonna lead you anyway. I'm leading in light. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but that's just what it is. But Oyemi means one who owns the kingship, but I take it in high regard because that's my kingdom, that's my tribe, my people, and everything. So I'm ensuring that I walk the walk that I say that I am, and I'm who you see is who it is. There's no fakeness in it at all. So yeah.
And that's why you need positive people around you.
Mm-hmm. I say.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
you can't have negative people and a negative mindset around you.
Mm-hmm. That's
And you have to stay in your peace. So I get it.
right. Right. Mm-hmm. And you do it, and it's sometimes it's lonely. We don't like to be alone because I was one of those people. I don't want to be alone. I didn't want to be alone, but I met people along the way, who challenge me, who champion me, who cheer for me, who root for me,
Hmm.
who encourage me just like you,
Hmm.
those people who are just like, go sis, go, you got it, and then there's people who I may not ever see who are
Hmm.
still cheering for me, because you know there are gonna be people just watching. There are gonna be people who watching to see what you're doing because they want to see you fail. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and then there are other people who just watching, like, I want to see what she do next because I like how she walk. Some about it is
Mm-hmm.
different, you know. So yeah, and you do need those positive people around you to keep you elevated, for one,
Mm-hmm.
knowledge, you know, informed, and also the kind of who can check you, you know,
Yes.
because sometimes people can, you know, people think that, you know, you could be this peaceful person, but sometimes you can be in a situation where you need somebody to actually pull you out of that, you know, that voice or that discernment to say, oh, let me back up out of this, you know. So you need those people in your lives, especially if you know, somebody like me who used to be surrounded by negativity and that's all I knew. And when once
Mm-hmm.
I became, you know, I started being surrounded by positive people, I'm like, oh my gosh, look at the lights, like, oh, it's so beautiful here. Can I stay
Mm-hmm.
here? So here I am, you know. It's a different feeling, it's a different vibe. You walk different, you talk different, you don't act different. You just become who you always been, but just get to be yourself. And having those positive people around you cheering for you and just encouraging you, you know, motivating you is a lot. We need that.
Yeah.
You can't do it, you can't do everything alone,
You
you know.
can.
You got
And you want people to tell you the truth.
mm-hmm.
You know, if you are in my circle, I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Right.
Yeah, you may not hear it, or you know, I'm just gonna speak the truth.
Right.
You know,
Right.
because I'm not saying it because I want to be malicious
Mm-hmm.
or mean or anything.
Right.
But if we are friends and we call each other sisters, I should be able to tell you how I feel and vice versa.
Exactly. And be able to
Hmm.
receive it
Yes.
without any maliciousness intent, or without any, oh, she just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Right.
that's that we gotta be careful with them titles too. Who we call sis, who we call friend, who we call bro. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because not every bro is your brother, not every sis is your sister. You know what I'm saying?
Come
Because you
on.
got real sisters you call sis, and you can see how they move shifty, and those are the
Right.
same people that you had to what, uproot and remove. So therefore,
Right.
like, nah, you know. So if I call you sis, yeah, check me, and I'll be able to receive it because I'm in a space.
Yes.
That's why, like you said, having those positive people are very imperative. Because
Right.
if you say something like, you know what, sis, oh, you know that was wrong, right?
Right.
I may not have seen it at that moment because I was probably in my feelings. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You know, okay, I need to apologize. Or, you
Right.
know, sis, I think what you doing, if can I get a little constructive criticism, and you
Right.
tell me and I'm able to receive it, versus being you trying to take over. You want to, no, I want to really help you, but I may have a little bit more insight in this than you do, you know. So
Right.
let
Right.
me share my knowledge with you, so you, I want to see you thrive, I want to see you flourish, and not take everything as an attack, but more so receiving it as a step up, you know,
Right.
the positive people in our lives. And yeah.
But that's how it is when you have your tribe. Like
Mm-hmm.
I want to learn from you and I
Mm-hmm.
want you to learn from me.
Ashe.
And
Yep.
and let's build our, friendship,
Mm-hmm.
our sisterhood.
Right.
So
That's true. What we doing right now is building our sisterhood, building our
yes,
tribe, our community,
yes,
getting to know one another,
yes.
promoting each other, working with one another, providing
Hmm.
feedback, self-criticism, you know what I'm saying? Being there for one another, actually being that safe space,
Yes,
non-judgmental, you know,
right.
um, having that space and saying, sis, look, da 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 da, I love you, you know,
Hmm.
and saying, you know what, you're right, I see it, you know what, thank you for that, because I didn't see it that way, but you put it that way. Now I appreciate it.
Right,
I'm so
right.
grateful to have you in my life, you know.
Yeah.
And
That's so important.
I'm saying this to you in general too. So yeah.
It's so important to me to have that tribe because I never had that tribe.
Mm-hmm.
When I lost my vision 3 years ago, I felt like people I known for 30 years didn't step up, but
Mm-hmm.
people I met 6 months ago
Right.
stepped up,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
me moving to a different state, that's one of the things I was looking for, a
Mm-hmm.
sisterhood, my tribe. But it's funny because the divine will always send you whoever needs to be in your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You see
Yeah.
how we met and we clicked,
Yep.
and it's been beautiful.
Yep. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Exactly. That, and it's so true. It's all about timing, but it's also before you and I could even have been in that space, we was working on ourselves anyway.
Yeah, we
We were
were.
doing the work. We knew we
Yes,
put that signal out there. We want that sisterhood. I want my sister. I
yes,
want my tribe. Da, da, da. Okay, well, we got to be each other's tribe. We got to go ahead and
right.
start. We can't wait till we get the tribe to start the vision. The vision starts
Hmm.
now before the tribe come, and the tribe just elevate the vision, and then the vision become a brand, and the brand become. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Right.
I tap you, you tap me, and then we be tapping other folks in the tribe. You know what I'm saying? It rubs off that way, and but we need that as a collective. And
Yes.
I think even as women of color, we need it as a collective because we have to be each other, be there for each other because there are not many people. I mean, people are standing up now, but we still have to be there for one another as a collective. If I see something, I'm gonna say something.
Absolutely.
Whether it's good or bad, I'm gonna say something.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say, sis, you know what? High five, girl. You did that. I love
Yeah.
that, girl. You did that. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna cheer you up, but I'm
Yeah.
also gonna say,
Yeah.
wrong. But again, it's that positive mindset, having the right tribe, being around, the sisterhood that is aligned with you, because
Hmm.
you don't want to be around people who vision is just linear. If you're
Right.
not looking to elevate, then you don't fall by the wayside.
That's true.
So it's very imperative to have that in our lives, and I appreciate you. I'm grateful and I love you. I tell you that all the time anyway, but yeah, so I tell you that.
But but one of the reasons is loving ourselves.
Exactly. Hmm.
As we were working on each other, we were working on loving ourselves.
Hmm.
And and that's why, we came together.
And encouraging one another. Like,
Yes.
you encourage me with, to the collective I have, they diagnosed me with an autoimmune disorder called stiff person syndrome. I have to
Hmm.
walk with, sticks. And you told me like you lost your vision now and you get
Hmm.
around just fine. I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and embrace these daggone hiking sticks. And guess what? For the past 2 days, I ain't even need them. You know what I'm saying? I haven't
Okay.
used them. Hello? You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? But I had to
Hmm.
embrace them because I kept pushing them away. And you like, don't embrace it.
Yeah.
If that's what it is right now, do it because you got to get through it. But
That's
that
it.
is going to help you elevate and help other people too. We don't know how, we don't know
Hmm.
why, but just embrace it and go through it because it's part of your purpose.
It
You know what
is.
I'm saying? And so it's like, I promise you, I ain't want to hear them words. I was just like, But I received it because I knew it came from a place of love, a place of understanding, understanding, overstanding. And plus, you also had your own battle with your
Yes.
own thing and you had to accept it. So I came along and I'm still trying to accept what's going on with me. And you like, sis, girl, if you don't go ahead and accept that. And I did. And
Mm-hmm.
I just, got more pep in my step. I had confidence. It gave me a lot more confidence and push. So we
Hmm.
need more sisterhood like that. And
Yeah.
us as women of color, we need more of that. Instead of tearing down one another, we need to be uplifting one another because that's where it's at. Each one teach
Yeah.
one, but it's also look, we may not be on the same level, but if I tap you, you coming up elevated too. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You can hold on to my tail that's hanging in the back. You may can't be on this level, but you can hold on to my tail because as I'm going higher, you going higher too. And next thing I know, I may turn around and look like, how you get here? Because you done elevated fast, because you done the
Yeah.
work, but
Yeah.
still, or it's we get to a level like, oh my gosh, who would have ever thought, you know, like
Mhm.
we here, you know, just like you and I,
Mhm.
who would ever thought we would be here? You know,
Right.
I'm on your podcast, on your
It's
show.
okay.
You know, didn't
And
even
I
know you
love it.
had a show.
And
You
I'm
know,
and
like
and I'm so thankful. I'm so
yeah.
thankful for you. You know, for me, I'm not letting my disability tie me down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm gonna live life to
Exactly.
its fullest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it can be scary. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm putting myself out there and just living life instead of
Mm-hmm.
existing. I'm living it.
Say it. And you know,
So,
there are people who are not even with a disability. And I don't want to call it disability. We're just gonna say, you know, who has a little flaw, you know, a little something with them. There are people who have absolutely nothing wrong with them, and they still sitting still. They idling. They just sitting there. They sitting on the gold mine waiting for whatever to fall in their lap. But here we are. We out here still doing it. You are out there
yeah,
still doing it. I'm sitting here looking at you like, where you going now? What you
you
doing?
always said that.
You're everywhere. I think next month, what you gonna be in Germany or something? You know, you got an event out in Germany. You know, it's like you at an event. You got another show to do.
Mhm.
You moving and shaking. You don't let it stop you. But there are people right now who are watching this who are probably or just at home doing nothing, still wondering what I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do. Do what you keep thinking about. Just start. Start
Right.
what you have and go
Mhm.
from there. Don't make an excuse and say, "Well, when I get it, when I get me an iPhone, I'll start recording." No, if you got that Android that you got from the government, go ahead and use that record and
Right.
start your podcast or start your music video. It don't matter.
It
Start,
don't
because then
matter.
you're gonna get that iPhone later, and you like, yo, or you might get an actual videographer. But first, you got to put yourself out there. And
You got to crawl
some people
before you walk.
exactly, you know. And
Mhm.
I think as women of color, we have to encourage one another because a lot of us are sitting on gold mines. And when people, and I'm pretty sure you get the same thing. When people tell you what, you know, their talents and stuff, and you're looking like, girl, if you don't sit here and
Right.
and they're like, well, I never thought about it. Well, now you know. So and then they'll tell you later, thank you for that. I appreciate that. You know, because they didn't hear it. But
Mhm.
again, it's each one teach one. We all are growing, we elevating, and I'm not gonna leave no sister behind. I can't save everybody, but I'm gonna touch your life in some type of way, just like you touch my life and you touch other people's lives. I've seen you maneuver a room like I maneuver it, and people are just and they're like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, who is she? Oh, they coming towards you, and then I'm up and about. And they like, who is she? And it's like a magnet. It's like magnetism, you know.
Yeah.
So people are attracted to the light, and it's like if you're in a
Mhm.
dark place, come to the light, Caroline. Come to the light. I can't hold your hand in the process, but if you see that light going towards that light, that's helping you. And if I got to be that light in your life, I'll do it, you know. But I ain't
Right.
holding your hand in the process. But
Right.
you know,
But-
you got to do the work. But I'll be that light for. I'm that light. You know, it's like we all each are light posts to a particular path or a journey. You know,
Mhm.
um, to healing, to health, to all these things. You know, we all carry something, and if you have some, I have some collective. We put it together. You know, it could be more. It's like the man who's stone soup. That old is I think it's an old school story. He was hungry and he had a big pot and put it on the thing. And he put a rock in it. And they said, "What you cooking? It's smelling good." He said, "Oh, stone soup." They said, "Oh." He had a big pot. "Oh, you mind if I bring some?" You know, he was like, "Sure." Man was homeless, hungry, didn't have none on his belly. Long story short, the whole village started hearing about this man with a pot cooking, and everybody bringing some. He went from a rock to a whole soup that not only fed him for the entire village.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, Dad, let me go and put my stuff in that pot, because then you're gonna add your cilantro, you're gonna put your potatoes, and they're gonna put this in here. And I don't eat meat, so but you're gonna put this in here, we're gonna put to the other side. We may have two pots. Maybe so much we have enough, but we have enough. It started out with just that little bit. Now we have not only the community in the village, but we also have enough to feed one another. And because we fed one another, they have enough to feed other people. It's like
Yes.
that light, you know. So yeah, that's why it's
So you
important to
said,
remove those negative people out your lives, or just remove people who are no longer serving you out your life.
right. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's some people that can go up with you, up the ladder with you.
Right.
They really can't. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like I
Mm-hmm.
said earlier, there's a season for everything.
Yep.
So earlier, you said you are a poet.
Yep.
So can we hear a little something?
All right. So I wrote, this is my fourth book, but I wrote my first two books. So the first one is the first one I ever did was Flowers Do Bloom and Shade, Poetry, Life Confessions, and Affirmations. And this is a deep healing book. This was my healing book. This was letting me go of all of my traumas and stuff. Call her triumphant is just pretty much what it is. A woman who is triumphant. We are triumphant women going through stuff alone and just different things. So it's for the uplifting of people. So in the event of letting people go, a lot of times people feel like, well, I had to let them go because and, and sometimes we do. But sometimes, you know, I'm a release you because you might have done something in my life, or you might have hurt me to the point where I have to let you go. But I'm also going to let you go with forgiveness because I'm not going to hold on to that pain because that pain going to eat at me. And so this poem is called I Forgive You, you know.
Mm.
And it's also taking accountability for my own, but it's also basically saying why I forgive you. And yeah, so you know, all right, let's go. It's called I Forgive You. They say to really let go, you have to forgive. But it doesn't mean you have to forgive them. I mean, but it doesn't mean you have to forget what they done to you either. You see, forgiveness dances around you playing hide and seek, waiting for its next peekaboo. Like, I saw you, but I really wasn't ready to let you go. So I stayed entirely too long, walked my welcome, and made that space my home. Meanwhile, you forgot how you treated and made me feel. In fact, I'm almost certain you don't remember how you hurt me. I shouldn't expect you to. I've spent too long in this skin, this shell, this wall, and I say I ain't carrying baggage. I can't walk honestly forward in truth if I don't let out this bomb. It kept exploding in different situations and in different scenarios. And frankly, I don't want to feel this anymore. So I'm letting you go to save myself. If I don't forgive you, then I'm choosing to be stuck in this place. You know, the like, you live in your life and I'm still stuck in this life. You
Mm-hmm.
are the unloyalty, the audacity, the promises broken, the lies, the violence, the innocence stolen, the lives taken, adulting and making way too many mistakes. The things and events I'm just ready to let go. Anyone that's stuck on the past can play life really well. I got a career, 2 degrees of life, and a family on it. But life always seemed too idle. Experiencing situations got me realizing that everything from the point where I can change it, I'm in control of. So I control this. Therefore, I'm choosing to walk away. I'm gonna let this energy baffle you and maybe even be quite laughable. And honestly, that's okay. I'm not condoning what you did, and it doesn't excuse it, but it's been causing me self-destruction, missed opportunities, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, pain, doubt, and fear. And now that energy that I'm finally releasing can come for you by way of karma. I'm releasing it all and giving it back to you. Signed humbly. And I mean humbly. I forgive you. That's that.
Girl. Girl, I love it.
Thank you, thank
It
you, thank
spoke
you.
volumes.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know why? Because we are in charge of our life. We get
Yes.
to choose who stays and who
Who goes?
goes.
Yep. Yep.
Girl,
Yep.
thank
And
thank
and
you
it's
for that.
also not just in our lives who we allow to reside in here too.
That's true.
Because people take
Yes.
space up in here. We let them go, but we let them go. But no, they still up in here. They still
Yeah.
living and dwelling up in here. Let them folks go.
Let
Let them
them
go.
go.
If they hurt you, let them go, because karma gonna come for them. Everybody,
Yes.
everybody got their own karma, good and bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But if this ain't it, let me let you go, because I'm gonna let karma deal with you, because I choose to walk in peace, and I'm gonna receive
That's right.
everything that is meant for me. So I'm gonna walk forward in truth, and I'm gonna let you go. And I'm
Yes.
also
With
when I
love.
say with love, and I'm also
Yes.
telling you, I truly do forgive you. I really
Yeah.
do. Because when I say it, I mean it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you,
You're welcome.
Queen.
I say you're welcome.
Thank you for coming on my show. Can you tell the people what are you doing? What's the next step? What's
Mhm.
coming up for you?
Right now I'm currently in a pivot season, new beginnings, new things, rebirth. So,
Mhm.
rebranding Oyemi Collections, of course. Working on my next book, as well as, but they can find me on all social media platforms, including YouTube. IAMOYEMI. That's all social media platforms. That's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, aka Twitter, any social, Snapchat. I think I'm on Snapchat. I don't
Oh,
know, but they can
okay.
find me on all social medias at I am Oyemi. Yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure. It was
Thank
a pleasure
you.
having you, and I'm so thankful that you came on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me for this space. And I
Of
also think it's
course.
beautiful. This right here, like that metamorphosis, rebirth. I keep
Yes.
seeing eyes right here too. I'm like, every time I look in here, I'm like, I see eyes, you know. So it's like rebirth. Yeah. Rebirth, renewal, metamorphosis. We got our wings.
Yes. Well, thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in and check out the Owl app. I have it down there where you can download the app and use my reference code. And our app will give you $10 and you can call me and other entrepreneurs. Also, I'd like to thank Seeking Knowledge Podcast. Also, Maisha Chu, and that's number two, Success on IG, and Divine Oracle Truth, Miss V, on all platforms. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, Queen Oyemi.
Thank you.
And follow me on Facebook as Alicia TORR.
Mhm.
Also, I am more than enough, period, underscore after each word on IG. So we are going to end it here.
Ashe, yeah.
Happy New Year,
Happy New Year.
and we'll talk soon.
All right, peace.
Bye.